שירו לדושם שיהיה חודש שירו לדושם כל
Shabbat Shalom. This past summer, Janet and I had the great privilege of visiting Israel for a few weeks. On one of the Friday nights, we walked down to the Kotel. The throngs of people were overpowering. Jews from every corner of the world and of every stripe were all present and engaging in the welcoming of Shabbat together. The Spirit was so powerful. Janet and I stood in the midst of all this, and we prayed the Kabbalat Shabbat service together. And then we each went on our own to the Kotel, touching those ancient stones, offering our own prayers at that very powerful place. How different it was 37 years earlier, in 1976, when I visited the Kotel for the first time. We got off the plane as we came to the land of Israel, and our first stop was the Kotel. Now, I'm not sure if it was because I was jet-lagged, but I remember feeling very little as I stood there and being so disappointed that this place, which I had dreamt of going to for so long, did not feel the way that I thought. My experience was not what I had expected. Perhaps I wasn't ready, or I couldn't fully appreciate the moment. In this week's portion, Tavo, Moses is speaking to the children of Israel for one of the last times. In one place, he talks about the experience of the Israelites in Egypt, the miracle of the plagues and of the splitting of the sea. And then he says these words, V'lo natan Adonai lachem lev ladat, ve'inayim lirot, ve'oznayim lishmoa ad hayom hazeh. Yet to this day, the Lord has not given you a mind to understand, or eyes to see, or ears to hear. In other words, Moses was telling the children of Israel that they could not fully comprehend what was happening around them during the plagues or the splitting of the sea. They were in the moment, but without full perspective. To gain perspective, we need time. Time for reflection, time for consideration. I think this is a wonderful verse to bring to the Rosh Hashanah season. Each of us has experienced a year full of a whole variety of events. Some of them challenging, but many of them were blessings. In the moment, we don't always fully appreciate what we have. In the moment, it's hard to see with full perspective. At the end of a year, we have the opportunity to reflect on all of the events. And there have been some extraordinary ones, some Shechianu moments, where we can say to God, thank you for keeping us in life, sustaining us, and helping us to reach this day. Let us take the time now, with the fullness of perspective, to reflect on the year, so that as we enter the synagogue on Rosh Hashanah, we can reflect not only on our lapses of the past year, but all the many things that we have to be grateful for, the blessings that God has offered us in the year now ending. Shabbat Shalom.
שירו לדושם שיהיה חודש שירו לדושם כל הארץ שירו לדושם ברכו שמו בסלו מיום